Yo, what is up, guys? Elias here.
And Cole, the co-host of the InspoCast, where we bring future fitness superstars straight to your ear. And before we get into our awesome guests for today, we want to let you know about all of our awesome guests and how you can hear about all of the awesome guests that we've had on here. So tell them where they can find us.
Make sure you guys follow us on TikTok and Instagram. That's inspo._cast. And make sure you guys go check us out on YouTube and Spotify. And we're going to be also expanding to other platforms.
On top of that, also check out InspoCast.com, which is our website. That is going to feature all of our social media links. It has a calendar with every single guest that we've had on there, description, and it will take you straight to the video. But that is all we got for shameless plugs. Without further ado, let's get into our guest for today.
In episode 22 of the InspoCast, we have KaiiGrindz.
KaiiGrindz is a social media influencer and entrepreneur out of New York, most notably known for his social media following on TikTok, featuring content such as series in Planet Fitness. And today we talk about current events in the social media climate, such as the Alex Eubank and Bradley Martin situation. Outside of that, though, he talks more specifically about how he changed his mindset through accomplishing his fitness goals, through breakups and relationships, and achieving self-success.
Make sure you guys watch it to the end of the video. Let's get straight into it.
Liftoff. Start. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are live. We are here for episode 22 of the InspoCast. Everybody said we wouldn't make it, but guess what? We're here, motherfuckers. So shout out. And today we have an epic guest with us, Mr. KaiiGrindz. Okay, well, actually, what is your last name, by the way?
You said what?
What's your last name?
Figueroa. I'm Spanish as fuck.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were like light skinned.
Yeah, I thought you were light skinned.
I don't know.
What descent? Like,
I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican.
okay. Damn.
Okay, shout out. Are you
And I don't speak any Spanish. That's the crazy part.
are you from there at all, or were you born in the States?
I was born in the States. I don't know anything about nothing Spanish, nothing. The only thing I know how to do is roll my R's. That's it, literally.
Roll your R's and shake some ass when you have to, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But dude, hey, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for coming on. And how we always love to start it is by giving the floor to our guests to talk a little bit about themselves. And I'll kind of navigate this for you. So, like, you're from the East Coast, correct?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Okay, got you. And so obviously we've conjoined because of social media, obviously. And I know you were the ones to get in contact. How did your relationship kind of start?
You want to answer
You
that?
want to say, because I remember it vividly. Remember that?
Yeah.
Alright, so look, right? Boom. I started TikTok, I think, in September, right? Mind you, first time going to the gym, overweight as fuck. I'm talking titties hanging, jelly rolls hanging, everything. I was looking sloppy, you feel me? But everybody who first starts going to the gym, they automatically think a week later that they're gonna look completely different. So I was doing 40 minutes of cardio every day for a week straight. And I'm like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna make a TikTok. Cause I'm seeing everybody on TikTok just flexing stuff. So I'm thinking I'm big, muscular, and all that. So I posted one video, right? And everybody's like, oh, keep grinding. So I'm like, damn. So I started doing my research. But the first probably big influencer who tuned in and stuff, it was him. And I looked and I was like, damn, he had 40K, I think, or something like that. I'm like, damn, that was made me say yo, I can actually do this. Cause I'm like, he had a transformation too. So I'm like, damn, people really do this. People really take this shit serious. So that's when I started really paying attention to what a calorie deficit was, how you had to eat, because I would do cardio and then still eat burgers and shit. And I'm like, yo, I don't look any different. So then that's when I really started learning about the gym stuff, paying attention to the fact that he actually drops meals that you can eat that like gives you high protein intake and shit like that. So I started really following up with shit like that, and I really noticed the difference. So that's how we really came about. Like, we started just showing love to each other, and then I was like, yo, bro, one day we gotta really link up, do a YouTube video together and all that. And now here we are on the podcast.
Hey, the stars always find a way to align. That's what I like to say, dude. And yeah, no, your transformation is actually crazy, like you said. And I was gonna ask you, like, starting from the beginning. Obviously, you started social media in September, but like, is that when your fitness journey like really started? Or okay,
yeah, like okay, so I was a football player in high school, but like I didn't really work out like at all. Like I didn't do no push-ups, nothing. Like I was never one of those people who wanted to work out. Like that was never anything that I liked. It was just like, why the fuck are you working out? But then in September, like, boom, it was just I kept getting called fat way too much, and I was like, this is the most I've ever been getting called fat. So I'm like, am I actually getting bigger, or are people just like bullying me? So then I was talking to this one girl, right? And her friend was like, oh, like, I was just joking around with her. And she was like, oh, shut up, fat ass. And she said that in front of the girl I liked. I'm like, damn. And then one day I was like, yo, I'm gonna get a gym membership. And I'm on the phone with her. And she's like, oh, is it because my friend called you fat? And I'm like, nah, I just want to go to the gym. And she was like, oh, I've never talked to a fat guy before. And I got ghosted right after that. Now I was like, yo, bet. And that's what made me really lock in. And literally now she's in my DMs. And that's the crazy thing about people. Like literally, the moment you really start getting lit, the moment you really start changing, you get a six-pack, shoulder striations, all of that, everybody's going to text you and be like, oh, yo, you really look different. Handsome PRs is a real thing too. But we ain't going to talk about that yet. Handsome PRs is a real thing.
Dude, that's so funny that you say that, because we were literally talking about this before the podcast. Like I've been like down bad about a girl recently. Like today type of shit. And I was like, yo, sometimes you just got to go through those ghost modes and just like get on your grind, and then shit just happens for you like that. Like, it's not like you even asked for it. It just happens. And we've also talked too about like, yo, for him, I know there were some people that like hated hard on him in high school. And those people are the same damn people that follow this podcast. And they're like, yo, keep it going. It's crazy, dude. You can turn those haters into believers.
That's the crazy thing, bro. Nobody's there for when you're down and when you're trying to figure things out. Everybody likes results. You could be like, yo, I'm gonna start a business. People be like, oh, it's gonna flop. Moment you may become a six-figure earner, everybody's like, yo, I always knew you could do it. Oh, I'm gonna start working out. Yo, but you're gonna have to do that shit for years before you see results, bro. Moment you're fucking jacked, everybody's like, yo, bro, when we gonna get a workout, and you gotta teach me how to work out. It's like people want to be there for the middle and for the ride, but nobody wants to be there when you're down and when you want to start it. Like, it's so weird. Like, I don't know why people are like that.
That's facts. You definitely got to recognize like who your inner circle is too. That's something we've talked about before, because like the people that are the real ones actually are there to support you from the beginning. I'm guessing you probably like obviously on social media you had people like Elias on there to do it for you. But one question I had for you was like, okay, so that was the motivation for you, right, to really start, and that's what kept you on the grind. But throughout the process, did you have any like big hiccups in terms of like staying consistent and like, you know, actually like achieving like that weight loss goal? Or did you have like a specific goal in mind when you first started?
Okay, so this is really how, like, the thing that allowed me to stay so committed was because, like, in the beginning, I was like, yo, I'm going to go to the gym for 90 days straight. No rest days, no nothing. I'm just going to lock the fuck in and see what happens. I was like, a lot of people was making fun of me, and I was like, yo, like, it's either I'm going to prove everybody wrong and prove that I can do this shit, or I'm just going to sit here and make sure and make them right. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the gym for 90 days straight, no rest days, and people always kept telling me, yo, you shouldn't do that. And now I know I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. I went 90 days straight, 30 minutes of cardio every day for 90 days straight. And the 90th day was on Christmas, and the gym was closed. I literally worked out outside, ran like 20 laps, did push-ups, everything, because I was like, that's the 90th day. It's going to have to count no matter what. I was like, I worked out. I didn't have none of those times where I was like, yo, I don't want to do it, because I was like so driven to proving everybody wrong that doubted me that I was like, I had to do it. You feel me? And then somewhere along the line, like in those 90 days, like big influencers, like Justin Martini, I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Bro.
Like on Young, he signed a Younger Late now. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He commented under one of my transformation videos, and he was like, yo, like, you looking sick, bro. Someone else, Saucy Swole, Alex Eubank liked one of my TikToks before. Like, all of these people was just showing so much love. And I'm like, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So it's like, yo, if they're showing love and I'm only at like, at the time I'm only at 200 followers, they're liking my stuff and all that. They're like, yo, the cut is going to be insane. I'm like, I have to do it. You feel me? If people who are jacked as fuck is like, yo, you could do this shit, bro, I have to do it. There's no way I'm not going to do it. Like, you feel me?
Justin Martini, we want you on the fucking podcast, by the way. That's literally the reason this dude started, too. That's kind of crazy that you say that.
Yeah, he's a genuine dude. Like, he really commented under my thing. The only thing is he never answers DMs for some strange reason. I don't know why, but
I think it's
like,
he has
he
a shit
commented on
ton.
my TikTok, and I was like, damn. So clearly he knows who I am, or he's seen me before.
Yeah, I think it's just because probably gets bombarded with DMs.
Nah, yeah. So it's like, fuck it. It is what it is. We'll meet somewhere.
Oh, 100%.
Was that like the first thing? Because like that shows like your commitment to fitness, right? Like before then, did you kind of have troubles like committing to stuff?
Honestly, I was always one of those people where if I said I was going to do something and it was something I was really passionate about, I was going to get it done regardless. Like, that was always something that people always used to congratulate me about. Is like, if I said, yo, I'm going to save up for a new camera, I'm doing it. Like, there was times, like, even before the fitness stuff, I wanted a camera. Yo, there was times, like, I wouldn't even eat. If I had $10, I was not eating. I was just putting that under my PS4 or something just to save for the camera. Like, it's like little stuff like that. And it's like, if you have that mindset where if you want to grind for something, even if it's not even in fitness, if you just have something where you just want to grind for something, you want to lock in, if you're passionate about it, it's going to get done. Because it's like, if you're not going to do it, who's going to do it? You feel me?
That's facts. It's funny because I actually just bought a new camera today too. Like
Congratulations, bro.
I've been talking about it for like, probably like 2 years. Like I have an older one, but I was like, bro, I want this camera so bad. And I finally just was like, somebody kind of motivated me to really like pull the trigger on it because I had the money and I was just like, all right, fuck it. And I got a sick deal on it too. And I was like, damn, dude, like I'm actually proud of myself that, because that's the hard part too. Like actually pulling the trigger on stuff like that. Like for you, it sounds like once you're committed, like it's getting done. But for you to make commitments, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult than that.
Nah, yeah, it is, because it's like sometimes you got to see if you're making the right decision, especially when it's like making a big purchase. Like if something's like $1,200, it's like, damn, am I going to regret spending this $1,200 on something? But sometimes you got to think about it like this. The only thing you can control is the decision you make in the present moment. You cannot control what's going to happen, because even if you spend that $1,200 on the camera, right? Let's say tomorrow you drop a goated ass video, gets 1 million views. Now you made more than $1,200. Or it could flop and you didn't make anything. But that's all about chance, bro. Without chances, we aren't anything. Like really. For me, you have to take that risk no matter what. Like, you got to get into the habit of taking the risk on things that you don't know what's going to happen, because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right. But for you, like, considering, you know, you're a hard worker, I think for you, I can only imagine, because I'm the same way. Like, when I commit myself, like, there's no other option but success. Like, it's going to happen, not exactly the way that you plan it, but, like, you know you're going to be successful in whatever you do. Like, if you buy that camera... 100%. Like, you know you're going to make some sick videos. Like in your 90-day challenge, you knew you were going to get to a physique that you were happy with, obviously. And like, you were proud of yourself. Like, obviously you might not have did it the exact right way, but like at the end of the day, there's no right way to do anything. Right.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So, dude, fucking animal right off the bat. My gosh, just hit us with the, yeah, I'm just a fucking monster. I slay fitness. Fuck all y'all, bro. That's crazy. Now, like you've invested yourself a lot into the fitness community too. Like that's one thing that we've done. Like I said, funny enough, like I used to work at Planet Fitness and kind of like move my way up the ranks of like working in fitness. What kind of got you to that point where you're like, yo, I want to actually like work at a gym?
Honestly, because it was so, all right. So I used to make a lot of videos in Planet Fitness, and for one, like my TikToks, they get a lot of traction for some strange reason. Like, no matter what, like, it's going to get a certain amount of views. So it's like, it was getting to the point where people were signing up to that specific gym just to catch me around. Like, just to be like, yo, I watch your TikToks. So I'm like, damn, I'm like, the staff was starting to realize that. Like, it was times where, like, I didn't even have to pay for a gym membership anymore. I literally would walk in. This is before I was working there. I would literally walk in. I wouldn't have to scan in, anything. It was just like, oh, what's good, Kai? Straight like that. And I'm like, damn, like, I have and it's like, I don't know what it's called. It's not called, I think it's like neighborhood fame, I guess you could call it. Yeah. Like that. Like, you're not famous, but people in your neighborhood know who you are. So it's like, anytime I walk in the gym, everybody knows who I am. Everybody's dapping me up. They're like, yo, like, I've been seeing your TikTok. Keep doing your thing. So then the staff, the general manager there, he was like, yo, like, you're always here. You might as well just get a job here. And I was like, shit, like, fuck it. It's going to pay for the protein. It's going to pay for the chicken breast. I'm like, might as well. So, yeah, I started doing that. And now I'm a little bit bigger on TikTok now. So even when I'm just scanning people in, they be like, yo, I see your TikTok, bro. It's like, I'm very personable. It's like everyone who walks in there knows me. So it's like, they love to have me there. And it's like, of course, it's not something I want to do long term, but it's something like now, like, if I can help some little kid that's in there that's scared to touch the heavy weights, because, you know, I feel like everybody's going through this, where when they first start the gym, nobody wants to touch the free weights, because that's usually where the bigger guys who know how to work out are. If I can help that kid who's too scared to do that start his gym journey now and not be too afraid to do that, I'm going to do that. As long as I'm making a difference and it's something that I'm passionate about, of course I'm not going to get tired of doing it. I'll work a 10-hour shift because it's something I'm passionate about. I don't look at it as working. You feel me?
I do feel you. And honestly, like, from working at Planet Fitness, bro, the community's awesome there. Like, generally speaking, wherever you go, like, I've been amazed at, like, when I worked there, how many times I would literally spend, like, no cap, hours speaking to some people. Like, I'm like, bro, go hit your workout. Like, you literally just spent like 3 fucking hours talking to me, bro. But like, you get to actually like hear about people's lives. And like you said, it's such a rewarding job to be able to help somebody out. And also the other thing that you said was like, this isn't the end all, but honestly, like, for anybody out there looking to get involved in fitness, like, working at a gym and stuff like that is a really good stepping stone, one, to learn how they like work and operate, but also like grow your networking base. Cause I'm guessing like you said, you had that neighborhood fame, you like grew the amount of people that you knew through the process too.
Oh yeah, no cap, for real. Like, it's honestly nice, because usually where I'm from, like in New York, nobody really supports. Like, everybody likes to hate on each other. But something about the fitness community, even if it's like local, people show a lot of love. Like, people will come behind you if you got to get that extra rep in. People just show a lot of love. People will like tell you, yo, you can hop into my set if, you feel me, they need the bench or stuff like that. Like, that's really a beautiful thing, especially from a town like New York where nobody likes to support each other. It's good to see things like that. Like,
that's facts, dude. Shout out. So one thing that I think about, one thing that we've talked about before on the podcast is like, there's a lot of people that have anxiety around like posting content in the gym, especially, and like, you know, they don't have the balls to do it. And that's one thing. The second thing that I think about for you is like, well, there's a literal like rule in Planet Fitness that like, you know, you're not supposed to record, right? So how did you ever have any roadblocks where you were like, fuck, I don't really want to do this? Or was it like, dude, I don't even care. Like, I'm just going to document this. I just want to do it.
To be honest, all right. So the one thing about me is I'm always nervous. Like, I'm always shy when I'm doing things that I know I'm not supposed to be doing, or things that are stepping out of the comfort zone. But it's one of those things where it's like, you never know what's going to happen. And it's like, once you do it, that little heartbeat that you have where your heart starts racing because you're nervous about something, it automatically goes away once you're in the middle of doing it. You know what I'm saying? So the hardest part is like, I used to take my shirt off in the gym and Planet Fitness, a whole bunch of people way bigger than me, and they're so confused on why I'm taking my shirt off. I don't even have abs yet, nothing. They're so confused. I'm flexing, I'm doing lat spreads and everything, and everybody's confused. It's like, this kid doesn't even have, quote unquote, that physique that's worth showing yet. But it's like, bro, nobody could take away from your confidence. Like, if you're confident, people respect that a lot more. You could literally be the smallest guy in the gym, and if you're like, yo, I'm jacked as fuck, people are gonna respect that, because it's like, they know your confidence level is so high to the point they can't tell you anything, it does not matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to walk into Planet Fitness, tripod up. You can't even do that. Tripod up and everything with a full-blown camera, record my workouts. Nobody's telling me nothing. And it's so everybody's like, it's like a odd thing to see, because a lot of people don't do that at Planet Fitness. Now people are starting to get into the habit of doing it, but like, nobody usually used to do that. So it's like, honestly, I'm just happy to be myself. Like, I don't really care. It's like, even if I'm nervous, you gotta just count to one, and that one you have to do it, and that's it. Like, you know what I mean?
Were you always confident, or did it come along during the fitness journey as you got like leaner?
Honestly, I think it comes as you get leaner, but the thing is, you never know how lean you get, because you see yourself every day. Everyone else is gonna tell you like how lean you're getting. So there was times where, like, as a fat kid, you feel me? You know, if you're wearing a shirt, if you feel like you don't look good in the shirt, yeah, you're throwing on the hoodie. You're throwing on the hoodie regardless. But something about that pre-workout and that pump has you feeling like you're the biggest guy in the gym. Hoodie's coming off, tank top coming off. Now you feel like you competing and all of that. You feel me? So, but as far as confidence now, it does come along the way. You're always gonna have a sense of confidence though, but as you feel like you're changing, the deeper you get into it, of course, it's like that shit is instant. Now you're just shirtless, instant. Like it does, you don't care anymore.
Dude, I like what you said about how obviously you get that little like nervous heartbeat, right? And like I like what I think about when you say that, like anytime I've ever had that, for me, that's kind of the sign of like I should do it. Because if you don't feel like that, it's probably not worth your time anyways. It's not a big enough goal or dream to go do. Like I think about like, okay, if I was like a music artist or something like that, and I'm going up on stage, bro, I bet I'd be nervous as shit. But afterwards, bro, like the feeling that you have is like, wow, I just fucking did that. And because you did that, you became like, you were the trendsetter. Like you were the one that was there before the trend even started and literally pushed all those kids that you talked about to actually go do that for themselves. Like, yeah, obviously record content, but like it's more than that. It's literally like inspiring a generation to like not give a fuck what anybody else thinks and actually like pursue their goals and dreams.
Exactly, 100%, bro. And it's like, even if it's like, how do I explain it? Because a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, like lately, what I've been seeing on TikTok, like even if in person, like when people be like, oh, like I want to start a TikTok, but I'm gonna wait until I'm done with my cut, bro. Post that shit right now, bro. Like honestly, I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet. I haven't even went on my first bulk yet or my second cut, like at all yet. You feel me? Like I have way farther to go, and the fact that I've made so many connections yet so far, it's like that shit is like honestly a blessing. Like for example, I'm supposed to be going. It's May right now. In June, I'm supposed to be going to AlphaLand to collab with Jeremy Foster. He's on Young LA. You know, and nobody knows that. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, obviously, standing next to him, I'm gonna look small. But it's like, I haven't even been doing this for a full year yet. And the fact that it's like, also M3 Kobe wants to. He gave me free
M3
merch
Kobe
for his brand. Shout out M3, yeah, for real.
Hell yeah.
Yo, actually, we're
like.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say we're planning a trip out there in July. If you want to come hop on that train too, we're going.
Oh shit! Then fuck it, I'm going to July then.
Let's go. We're trying to get more people.
But yeah, it's like for me and me, like Jeremy, he's actually a dope person too because he'll be like, oh, I'll be like, yo, I don't know where to stay when I'm out there. He'll tell me exactly where I should stay. Like he's the one who told me I should go out there to get a lift in. It's like, yo, bro, people be so scared to DM these bigger influencers and all that stuff. Yo, bro, they're regular people. It doesn't matter if they have 50K, 100K. You may not get a response, but it's not because they are ignoring you. It's because a lot of people are DMing them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, honestly, bro, you got to take the risk. Because if you don't take the risk, you're going to wish you did. You feel me? And if you don't take it, somebody else is going to take it. You're going to see exactly that they did it. And you could have been like, damn, that should have been me. That could have been me. That would have been me. All of that.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But that's one of the things like we touch on in this podcast. Like we're all human and stuff. So, like, those big people, they're all human, too. We all go through the same shit. And, like, if you're not going to start your content now because you don't like the way that you look, then you're just going to be missing out on opportunities that could have presented themselves for you, but you didn't even take the chance on yourself.
And just like Kobe said, bro, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like, that's the truth.
Oh, yeah. Like, and like, I'll see a lot of people, they'll be like, at one point there was a trend going around where everybody was like, yo, I just want a Young LA sponsorship. I want a Young LA sponsorship. I've DM'd Young LA before. Like, and people will be like, yo, you're wildin'. Like, you're nowhere near. I've had a full conversation with the whole Young LA page. And they'll be like, oh, like, for me, just be personable, have a good engagement, always interact. Like they'll literally tell you how to get sponsored by them. You feel me? It's really not hard. I feel like when you chase something specific, that's what takes longer. Like if you're not doing it for the right reasons, you get what I'm saying? Because as an influencer, you're not here for the money that it comes with. You're not here for the fame that it comes with. You're here to do it because of the exact thing it's called, an influencer. You're here to influence and inspire. You feel me? Do that for the right reasons, the rewards come. When you do things for the good reasons, for the reasons behind it, if they're genuine rewards come. If you do it like, oh, I'm going to motivate these people, tell them I'm natural, hop on gear, do all of that shit, 9 times out of 10, bad things are gonna happen to you, and it may not be you might have a good career, but something along the line is gonna go down and ship you because you didn't do genuine things. And I'm heavy on believing in karma. I feel like karma is actually something that really goes on. It's a real thing. So that's why I always try to be genuine in everything I do.
influence, right? Like that word gets such a bad rap these days too, because so many people just like, they see the success of others and they're like, oh yeah, all I need to do is get, clickbait and a bunch of likes. And it's like, if you talk to the people that are actually the real, like, quote unquote influencers, like those people don't even use that term. They're like, honestly, I fucking hate that word because it like gets such a bad rap. So yeah, like you said, it's all about like actually making an impact on people, and people like see past the bullshit too. Like they're gonna know if like you're not a real one really, really quick. Like people catch on to that fast. So like if you actually want to make it in this industry, you got to have all the genuine intentions and be doing it for the right reasons. Like for you, it just started as like a hobby. And now it's like you saw what you could do with one person. Now it's like, okay, how do I scale that? How can I actually go help like lots of people?
Oh yeah, bro. And honestly, it's like, that's so true. Like I was really just doing it as a hobby. Like I would just post a TikTok for you page, hashtag for you page. Then a lot of people started fucking with it because it's like, damn, this kid is so like consistent. I would post like 3-4 TikToks a day, not caring if it got any views, not caring about any of that. Then 100 followers turned into 1,000, then 1,000 turned into 5,000, and so on. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, honestly, bro, it's just so, everything just happens so fast. Like, people be like, oh, drop the arm workout now. And I'm like, bro, well, huh? Like, what the fuck? I don't even be doing anything that's so out of this ordinary. Straight bicep curls, for me, till failure. That's how I learned, till failure. But it's like people look up to you to the point where they want to do exactly what you do. You feel me? And you're not even trying for people to do that. And I feel like when you don't try and you just do it just cause, that's what like really separates you from a lot of people who are trying to do this. Because at the end of the day, I remember I heard somebody say like, oh, your obligation, like your actual job when you're doing this is to serve. Like at the end of the day, it's to serve. Like you're not here for anything else but to serve, because without them, you're nobody. You get what I'm saying? You're not a nobody, because that's a little far of a stretch, but you wouldn't be so famous, or if that's the word people want to use, without the people who actually are supporting you or influenced by you, if that makes sense.
Right. And that's why like going back to the good intentions thing, is like you said, people are literally like, whether it's good or bad, literally doing exactly what you're doing, right? So if you're doing the wrong shit and the bad shit, people are going to start doing it, and they're going to start realizing in their own lives that like, oh yeah, this is pretty fucked up. I probably shouldn't be doing this or doing that or whatever. So that's why, and you're responsible for that. Like not like legally or anything like that, but like you're going to get fucking backlash for that. And that's where people are going to see like the intentions and be like, yeah, fuck this dude. I don't want to follow him. Like he just totally steered me in a wrong direction. And if you're serving people, you want to push them to achieve the greatest version of themselves. However, you're best capable of doing that.
Exactly.
I was curious about, like, obviously you said things have happened really, really quickly, especially on the social media side. One thing I like to touch on is like, you know, when you're creating these pages, you're like creating a community, right? And so like, what have you noticed about like this community that you've brought about so far? Like kind of like, what is their response to like your content? Like who actually is the audience that like follows your shit? And then I guess my third question is, long term, where do you want to take your platform?
Okay, so one thing I've noticed about like my community is mainly people who, I wouldn't say are insecure, but it's mainly people who are scared to take that first step, whether it be posting their fitness content, or whether it be a skinny kid who doesn't know what to do in the gym. It's usually a lot of people who are lost in the world of fitness, like, you feel me? So sometimes it's like, that's why if you look on my TikTok, it says Prince Zuko, and if you ever watched the Avatar, it was about someone who was always conflicted. Like he didn't know if what he was doing was good or bad. So that's why I have that as my name, because it's like you never know like exactly what you're doing, if it's the good or bad thing to do. But as long as you're making a difference, you're gonna find yourself along the way. You feel me? So even if it's a skinny kid, like I get a lot of DMs every day, like, yo, I'm 300 pounds. I want to know how to lose weight, bro. And I've seen your transformation. Can you just help me? I always respond. I don't give a fuck if it's 3 a.m. If I hear that buzz, I'm going to wake up. If I'm going to read, I'm just going to respond, send a voice note, things like that. Because it's like, at the end of the day, like someone needs help. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's one thing I've noticed about my community is a lot of people who support each other. Like sometimes everyone has haters, because if you don't have haters, you're not doing anything right. There'll always be that one person who's like, oh, stay down till you come up, or bro, you shouldn't be posting your physique, da da da. Like literally, my followers will literally bash him in the comments. Like they'll go off on him, like, yo, bro, like what are you doing right now? What are you doing to better yourself right now? Like they'll literally argue with him for me in the comments if I don't see it in time. So it's like, it's a beautiful thing. And as far as taking it somewhere, honestly, I don't even know. Like it's just, I'm just so caught up in the fact that I'm actually making a difference that I haven't really known where I want to take it. Like I honestly know I want to make connections with people and things like that. Maybe probably one day open up my own gym in New York, because we're limited to so many gyms. So I probably might do that. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I'll probably figure it out along the line. But as of right now, I just want to be the voice for the lost kids that don't know exactly what they want to do as far as fitness. If they want to lose weight, if they want to gain muscle, things like that. I'm just here for it. I'm here to support. I'm here to serve, influence, and just be the best version of myself.
Yo, shout out. I like how you phrased it as like, well, one, you're a leader, by the way. I hope you know that. Like, you exemplify that just by like, literally, like what you're doing is like, you're helping positively like shape these people's lives. And then by doing that, it's not just about like giving them knowledge and leaving them. It's like literally like, as like an infant, like helping them grow almost. I'm not calling people infants, by the way, but like in their fitness, so to speak, right? And like I think about, so I worked at this like supplement job where it was fucking intense. It was like a sales related job too. And like the whole, I guess, idea of the program was to like, the next person that comes into that building is going to be better than you, because you're going to give them all the knowledge and the skills that you once had, or that you still have them, but like to make this person better and use their skill sets accordingly. So it's like, that's literally what you're doing. And like, it shows, because obviously you said like in the comment section, like people just roasting like bitch ass motherfuckers, So dude, that's actually sick as fuck that you want to do that. You are doing that right now. And I know like, if you're doing that, that means that those people that you're actually inspiring are bringing on more people to your team. They're like, bro, fucking follow this dude. Like, he's actually sick. He gives out all this awesome advice. He's upbeat. He's energetic. Like, this is a dude that you actually want to fuck with and learn from, which is like, that is literally the definition of influence, which is sick as fuck, dude.
Nah, hell yeah, bro. Like, honestly, like, I think even when I had like 2,000 followers, I created like this Instagram group chat of like all the people who just wanted to support each other, and it's still going on to this day. Like, there's this one dude, he literally lost like 40 pounds since he's been in this group chat. He's about to go to the army right now. Everybody's supporting him. Everybody's like, yo, bro, congratulations, bro. Even if one person's like, bro, do you know why my wrist hurts? Because I did this workout. Somebody's there helping them. Like, it's a whole bunch of people just honestly giving each other good advice. And it's honestly good to know that, like, I literally started that. Like, it's like, damn, like, for me, it's starting to really pay off. Because, like, even there were times where I would just go to the gym and it would be a rest day. Like, I wouldn't even work out. I would just go to the gym and I would just look. And you see so many different people living so many different lives. If you look at it from, like, your perspective, you don't know who had a bad day at work. Somebody could have just lost their job. Somebody could have just got dumped. There's so many emotions in the gym, so much anger. So many times some people are happy. Sometimes people are sad. And it's like, if you, like, literally, you can literally walk up to the person who looks the angriest in the gym. You could be like, yo, I hope your day gets better. And that shit probably would change your whole entire day, because think about how rare it is for somebody to just walk up to you and want the best for you without them even knowing anything about you. You feel me? So it's like, making a difference in that way also is a good thing, honestly. Like, I just love the fitness community and how people act. Like, they're so genuine. But there's also bad people, too. So I'm not going to say they're all so genuine.
For sure. But like, you're one, like, obviously you give like really good workout advice and tips in terms of like skinny kids, but also like setting them on that right emotional path when it comes to like keeping positivity. Like, because at the end of the day, it's all like your mindset, right? Like, you're going to have a bad day because like you yourself like had a bad day. I don't even know how to phrase it. It's just like you're mad or you're sad because you like want to be mad or sad, but it's like you have the choice. You can make that choice. And like for you, it's like make the choice of happiness, make the choice of like bettering yourself today. And like that's a positive message that will seep over to, anybody. It comes across really, really well. And you live that every single day. Like it started first with that 90 days, but now it's carried on like a long ways,
the
man.
only thing is like, bro, you don't know how long you're gonna be here for. You could literally get, God forbid, somebody get hit by a car tomorrow, bro. Do you want the last thing you said to somebody to be something negative, or do you want the last thing you put into this world is that like you hurt somebody's feelings. That's why it's like even at the end of the day, like say you got into an argument with somebody, because that's inevitable, that's bound to happen. Never let the day go by with you being on bad terms, because at the end of the day, it's like, for me, something could happen to them or something could happen to you. You never want to be on bad terms with anybody, you feel me? Of course, there's always going to be people you don't speak to for the rest of your life because of whatever situations, but try to let that go as far as, like, don't have no resentment towards them. To that girl who broke your heart, to that friend who fucked you over, it's like, okay, we're not friends anymore, but I wish the best for you just from a distance, and I hope you wish the best for me, and even if you don't, I still wish the best for you. You feel me? Like, never carry that, oh, I'm going to get her back, I need vengeance, all of that. It's not worth it, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's like they're chilling, they're living their life, and you're still fucked up about a situation that happened, and they're chilling. You feel me? Why do you have to carry that weight on your shoulders for months, for years, and all of that, and they're chilling? You feel me? That's not fair to you. You're not being fair to yourself by doing that either.
It's like, bro, be your own fucking friend. Just let go of the baggage. And you're reminding me, so we had a podcast with an individual who he literally was like, one, he lost like 200 pounds. And two, he had like a bunch of these surgeries, like literally like life debilitating injuries almost that he came back from. And like was like the embodiment of like, bro, like every day is a fucking blessing. Like you actually have no idea when your last day is. Like he was at that point. I think a lot of people, it takes them getting to that point to figure that out. But if you can figure that out sooner, then, I mean, you're well on your way to success. Like, and that's why, you know, a lot of times we reiterate on the podcast, just like you said, like, bro, start that fitness page now. Like, cause literally, like, no fucking joke. You literally could be gone the next day and you didn't even start what you really wanted to. And that's going to literally ag you on for the rest of eternity. So like, just make that, like you said, make that fucking leap of faith and just do it at the end of the day. Be doers. Don't be like thinkers.
Nah, bro, for real. Like, that's, like, honestly, bro, I feel like the reason why people are so scared to do things that they want to do is because people's friends really usually only don't support it. Like, if you're going to do something that's going against the grain, most people be like, oh, bro, you have to go to school. Or, bro, like, what's your plan B? If that's something you want to do, bro, a plan B shouldn't be in your mind. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like a plan B is basically you saying I'm giving what I want to do 50%.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're doing.
You
Because
know what
like,
I say about a plan B, bro?
I'm gonna do this. So without a doubt, a part of you was like, okay, if this doesn't work out, now you have the mindset that it may not work out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to put in the air that it's gonna work out, and if it doesn't work out, fuck it. There's no other option because it's gonna work out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the thing
because
I like to say about plan
no matter
B,
what, it's like you have to believe in yourself more than anybody, because regardless, you already fighting yourself in your head like, damn, what if this shit doesn't work out? And everybody has that mindset. Even if they say they don't, it's like, damn, what if this shit doesn't work out? Like, what am I gonna do? So you have to convince yourself that it's gonna work out, because you already in battle with yourself. You can't be having everybody else tell you, oh, what if it doesn't work out? Either fuck what they think, because they're not in your head. You're already fighting with yourself in your head every day anyways. Feel me? Fuck what they think. Go against the grain. Be that oddball, bro. Because that shit may work out. No matter of fact, fuck the may. It will work out. You know what I'm saying?
bro, you know what I like to say about plan Bs? If
What?
you have a plan B, you're already planning to fail.
Exactly. There shouldn't be a plan B at all.
Exactly.
I like to think about things like this too. Imagine in your life if like you had a best friend that was there for you and like, you know, he was 100% supportive of your goal and literally helped you get towards that fucking goal. Like how much confidence you would have to go do it. Here's the reality. You yourself are basically your own best friend. And like you have that, you know, you can make that deal with yourself and that choice and that ability to literally like help yourself towards that goal. Like fuck everybody else. You're your best friend at the end of the day. Like go, if that's what you want to do, like you're going to be able to help yourself get towards that goal. That's why you don't even have to have another option. You always got somebody and that somebody's yourself to go make it happen.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it, dude, it definitely helps to like have people around. Like, do not get me wrong. Like when you have those, especially like, you know, you're talking about like definitely in the beginning, that's how it has to be. Like you're not going to have supporters there to like help you through those growing pains. But once you make it past that, then, you know, that's where like, you know, that circle of influence starts to grow. And like, then you get those people around you that can help take you to that completely next level. But like, you have to at least show that you're like showing that commitment that you even want to do that. Like I think about from like a fitness influencer standpoint, like sorry, not sorry. Like Chris Bumstead is not going to collab with you right now just because like you want that to happen. Like you have to show the initiative that like you want to go do it in the first place and get to a point where he's like, oh, this man's done a lot of progress himself, man. Like this is a dude I fuck with. Like I want to like help this dude out and work with him. So, and like, that's basically the point that you're at now, you know, like you've learned that independence and now you're going to work with other independent people to go like make fucking literally like change fucking lives at like a big scale, not like just one life at a time. Now we're talking hundreds to thousands.
Nah, yeah, 100%, bro, for real.
Damn, that was a nice little rant that we had there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good conversation though. That's what the podcast is about. And like, you know, that's, you know, especially with us starting young right now, it's like we want to have these people on, one, to grow like the circle of influence here and to like perpetuate these positive messages, which is like a big thing. Like you bring a lot of wisdom to the table. We talk about a lot of the same shit, but at the same time, it's twisted in like a different perspective, like a very unique one, kind of based on our guest.
Yeah, because everybody has a different story.
Exactly. And stories mean a lot to a lot of people. Not everybody's going to resonate with the same story. But if you get that right story, they're going to resonate with that message, which, I mean, everything that we're talking about here is nothing but motherfucking gold. Episode 22 of the podcast, baby. All right. I know you got questions?
Yeah. What do you use in your daily life to stay disciplined?
Okay, so I feel like everybody mainly uses their phone a lot. So I have a lock screen with everything that I want to accomplish in my notes, and I screenshot it and I put that as my lock screen. So every time I wake up to use my phone, that's the first thing I see in the morning. Hit the gym, be your best self, spread positivity, things like that. So that's honestly how I stay disciplined, is because if I'm on my phone 24/7, the first thing I see is always those things that I want to accomplish. So it's no way that I won't forget. Like I won't not remember to do it because it's the first thing I see when I wake up and I grab my phone.
I know a lot of people, they'll get on their phone and first thing they do is like deadass just start scrolling through social media or something like that. And obviously that's not the best habit in the world by any means. But another question that I thought of was like, how do you kind of steer away from like the bullshit and the negativity on social media? Because that shit's like everywhere.
Honestly, it's just, okay, so the thing is, like, when I post TikToks, I usually don't open TikTok after that until I get a notification that somebody commented. Because that's my main thing, is I want to respond to the people who comment. So once I get a notification that somebody responded, I respond to the comments, see if there's any comments I missed, respond to them, close the app. I usually don't even care for the views. So when people sometimes tell me my views before I tell them. Like, people be like, oh, like, bro, you know that video just got 100K? And I'm like, oh, shit, like, I didn't even know. But I'm responding to so many comments. So people think that I'm seeing it, but I'm not really seeing the views because I don't really be caring for the views. I really just be caring to respond.
Okay, facts. All right, do you have any other things that you use to kind of like keep you disciplined throughout the day?
Honestly, the way my morning wakes up is boom. I know for a fact I'm in a calorie deficit, so it's like, okay, boom. I have my calories on my lock screen, all of that. So it's like I wake up, first thing I see is my pre-workout, Gorilla. I can't wait to be sponsored by them one day, Gorilla. Feel me? It's like, all right, boom, I know I gotta hit the gym today. Beats will be on the right side of the episode. I'm like, no, I can't forget my beats. It's like, for me, it's like everything is put in the same exact spot. So probably organization, I would say, is everything is put in the same exact spot to know exactly what I have to do when I wake up. The pre will be right here at the front. My beats will be right at the right. For me, gym bell will be like literally on the left side of my bed. Like, it's like everything is like I know exactly what I have to do because it's so next to me. So probably organization.
Okay, bet.
Interesting.
All right, what's
I got a juicy one. We're like kind of talking about a little bit. What are you guys' opinions on the whole scandal with influencers photoshopping?
Honestly, it's like that's such a mixy situation because I even made a TikTok about it. I was like, yo, I understand like why everybody's upset about them photoshopping, because like you kind of giving people these unrealistic expectations that they can achieve this or that you have this physique and all of that. But like even people were commenting like they're getting body dysmorphia by looking at Alex. And I'm like, bro, like you have to be comfortable within yourself. Like even if he has this physique that's unrealistically obtainable. It's like, bro, you got to be happy within yourself. Like, for me, you don't have the same genetics as anybody else. You feel me? So you have to be comfortable knowing how you look. So yeah, what they did wasn't genuine, you feel me, if that's what they did, but it's like, you feel me, what makes you better if you're like clowning them 24/7?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make you any better, because now you're technically a bully. Like, if they didn't have fame, you'd technically be a bully in some type of way. If you was posting like, oh, like, I seen people posting like back-to-back TikToks trying to eat off the situation. Like, there was one dude, and the dude was jacked as fuck, and he posted like 5 straight TikToks about the situation. And I was like, I posted a TikTok. I was like, it's crazy how, mind you, like 2 months ago he had posted, and it would be like videos like of him saying, oh, he wanted a physique like Alex's, and then he'd be like, oh, 5 videos now is him bashing. I'm like, oh, it's crazy how some of y'all are used to look up to these people, and now y'all so quick to throw them down because of one mistake. Like, you're forgetting we're human. And he commented like, oh, bro, you're on their nuts, da da da. And I'm like, bro, even if it could have been a person with 100 followers, and I still would have said the same thing, because it's like, bro, you feel me? It doesn't make you any better if you're trying to eat off the situation, because you're posting TikTok and you know what you're doing. Like, everybody knows what they're doing. If you see a situation and most people are posting about it, and now you're posting 5 videos about it, your content is nowhere similar to that situation, and now you're trying to eat off it. You're using all the right hashtags because you're trying to eat off of it. Like, you're trying to gain that exposure. And you can't get exposure off of making someone else bad, because that literally stems away from what you're trying to do in this. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and bring somebody else down hoping that it's going to bring traction to your physique or your page, because then at the end of the day, it's like, what makes you better than them? You just brought somebody down way worse than what they already were for what they did to bring yourself up. You feel me? It's not doing it for the right reasons. Doing it the right way.
I definitely agree with you on the side of, like, especially as like consumers of the content, like, bro, there's no fucking point in just like wrecking this dude. But one thing, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about it. The part I thought was interesting was like the severity of how bad it really is. Because here's the thing, it's like, this involves money. Like, his physique is more than just his physique at this point. It's like, his physique is represented by like Raw Gear and by AlphaLand supplements and all these other places. And like, for him to post something like that is basically, in my mind, thinking like, okay, if you take these supplements, you'll look like this, right? And that's like, that's not the reality. Like, the reason he looks like that is his fucking Photoshop. So it gives people very bad, unrealistic expectations, which that part super fucked up on him. Like, and the other part,
like the whole act of the Photoshopping is 100% fucked up. Like, you feel me? And especially, I feel like if you have such a following, like at his point, like he has like 1 million on TikTok. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to Photoshop pictures. You feel me? Because nobody's gonna notice. Nobody really cares that your waist is that small. Like, they fuck with you for you at that point. You get what I'm saying? So even if you're getting a little fluffy or whatever, it's like, bro, I mean, nobody really cares at that point, because you can have a good physique and people still won't give a fuck. You won't have 1 million followers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like more people cared who he was as a person, because he was very personable. He was open about being Christian. He was genuine, things like that. People cared more about that than his physique. So for you to Photoshop, it's like, now you're going against who you are as a person, because now it's like you're not being very truthful. Yeah. So the whole Photoshop shit, I don't agree with, but yeah. Yeah,
but like you said, it's like, but as consumers, like, to just dog on this dude, like, honestly, you're just literally making the situation worse. Like, you're not even making the situation better. So, what's your opinion on it?
I agree with Kai on mainly what he said, but like he said, you don't want to be comparing yourself to other influencers either way. You should be comparing yourself to who you were the day before, the person you were 6 months ago, whatever. But I also, because I like to see things from both perspectives, so I could see like why people would get upset about that. Because like, I look up to Hattie and Alex, you know, they claim to be natty. I'm pretty sure they are. So when they're making this, you know, Photoshop unrealistic photo, then they're just, you know, pretty much saying that they're natty looking like that, which makes people think that they can obtain that physique naturally. So like, I mean, there's like two sides of the spectrum, but from what I've seen, I don't think it was right of them to do. They got a lot of younger influencers, like influence on younger individuals. So I don't think that's like something they should have done. And then one thing also that, I mean, I respect them, but like, I kind of lost some respect because I don't think Hattie has addressed it yet. Like, his photo, he had like, you could see the the warped in the background. He like pulled his lat like so he just looked so much whiter. And then Alex Eubank, he like made an apology video, but he's like he was like trying to play the victim card in it. Like he was just saying like, "Oh, I had really bad dysmorphia." That doesn't change the fact that you photoshopped your photo. You could have still said, "All right, that's my bad, guys. I did Photoshop that video, and that's that. Let's leave that in the past." Whatever, you know.
Nah, yeah, I 100% agree with that. Like, it wasn't right in any way. Like, of course, because you do have a smaller fan base, so like people might copy your workout routine, things like that may not even actually work for them because they want to obtain your physique and stuff. So I can 100% agree as to why it was a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah. Go ahead if you're.
Well, I was gonna say it's like this is a concept that applies to all of life. Is like addressing issues or like mistakes that we made. Because like you said, we're all human and we all make mistakes. But one thing in that process is like as an individual, like you have to own up to that because it just makes you a stronger person in general. Like if you can just own up to your fucking mistakes, then you're gonna be a lot stronger person. And also like it shows like you're a true, genuine person. Just as much as like, for you or any of us, I think about like, you got to own the fact that at some point, all of us were fucking fat. And like, we didn't want that to be our reality anymore. And we were just like honest with ourselves. Like, look, I am fucking overweight and I don't want to be overweight anymore. And that was the only way we could get around it. Like the people that beat around the bush and they're like, oh, I'm not overweight. I just need to do this or that. They never fucking lose weight. Like they never get the results they actually want to see. So like, just for people in the audience, like, being the honest, true version of yourself will always lead to like that person that you really want to be and the person that will inspire. Because at this point, Alex, I think it's going to blow over for sure at some point, but like this is going to lose a lot of credibility for him and he's going to lose a lot of influence that he once had for the time being because of this.
Nah, yeah, 100%.
Bro, did you guys see that Bradley Martin's beefing with like Sush and them?
Yeah, like honestly,
shit.
that's so fucking dumb too. Like, I understand why Sush did it, like what he was doing all the stuff. Cause then again, I don't know anything about anything in the past because like I said, I wasn't keeping up with like the whole Young LA Raw Gear shit until just like now. Like honestly, like I just looked at Young LA and I was like, oh, it's a clothing brand, like it's cool, but it's so much deeper than that. Like there's athletes that's beefing with other athletes on different things. There's people doing things off camera, off the media that's not good. So yeah, like all of that shit is just crazy. Like,
yo,
I'm staying out of that shit.
I'm curious. Let's kind of explain the situation for the audience because I'm guessing there's some people out here like that aren't as tuned in the fitness community as we are. That are like, what the fuck are these dudes talking about? So the first thing was with the Alex Eubank thing, just really quick for the audience, it was basically like this dude photoshopped the picture. He got fucking caught doing it, and now he's getting a bunch of backlash, and that was all our conversation about it. With the Bradley Martin shit, that's like a whole different spectrum, bro. Like there's so many layers to that issue. Like the first thing that I heard about, I watched the Mogcast with Sush and James English and Cousin Crypto actually. And he was talking about how it first started was actually in the crypto space. So it was like, in essence, Bradley accepted like a retarded amount of Ethereum is what it was. And like, I'm talking like 90 coins, bro, which is like $250,000 or something. Like it was stupid money, to promote some dog crypto. And like after the situation was over, when it kind of blew down, when the stock or whatever, the crypto or the NFT just went to shit, he was like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing, like blah, 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 whatever. And it's like, bro, here's the thing. Like if you're going to involve yourself in situations like that, like you have to own up to it, dude. Like you can't just say like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, sorry, not sorry, bro. If you're holding a gun in your hand and you're at a crime scene, you can't just say, I'm sorry, I don't know what I was doing. Like, bro, you're convicted. Like you're done. So like, it was like the same concept. You can't just wash your hands of that. And then with the whole Sush thing, I don't even know like the whole extent of that.
I kind of know a little bit about it. So apparently like they would basically just be saying fuck Roger all the time. And like it got to a point where like Bradley, he like got upset about it, so he started beefing about it. But like it had like there's a reason they're saying fuck Roger. Like they're with Young LA, obviously it's a competitor. But also I was checking the Roger comments. There's like a lot of people who
didn't get their stuff.
who haven't gotten their shit in like 2 to 3 months, and like they're still promoting new drops, and like everybody's like, where's my shit? I'm never shopping Roger again. So yeah, fuck Roger, Young LA to the fucking moon, AlphaLand to the moon, fuck Zoo Culture. I fuck with Bradley Martin though. That's he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is.
But he has done some fucked up shit. He's like a 32, 33-year-old guy, and he threatened some kids from Houston, Texas, just because they're bashing his business. And then apparently he threatened to kill them too, because of that.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then
I think he said he was gonna beat him up. He was gonna come to Houston and beat him up.
Oh yeah, he was like, there's a lot of people in I think it's Sugar Hill or Sugar City type of something like that. He was like, when I see them, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of them. He's like, so you better, when you see me at your gym, you better run. And then that's where Brandon Sush got involved, and he was like going off. He was like talking crazy about how Raw Gear female athletes were feeling uncomfortable at the Raw Gear photo shoot.
Yeah, that's
whole bunch of shit. And I was like,
too.
damn, like that shit is crazy.
And then, fuck, what was I gonna say?
Dude, that's so fucking funny though.
Oh, and then
they made like a whole TikTok about it too. They're like, "You gonna come beat our ass?" And then it was like a bunch of, it was like,
oh yeah,
Weston OT.
19.
It was so
I think they had Madrid in it too.
Yeah, they had Madrid. They had like some big ass motherfuckers, and then they had some small motherfuckers like come at us.
Oh,
and he tried to actually, so I watched Sush's YouTube video on it. He actually called him and said like he wanted to blow under the water and shit. And he's like, Sush was like, I want a public apology. And he wouldn't do it. So he's like, okay, fuck you. I'm going to keep doing this. I love him for that. Man, those boys, dude, they're fucking epic. No, what were you going to say? You remember?
I don't remember.
Ah, damn it. But to say the least, bro, there is a lot of drama in the fitness sphere, but like there's still such a good section of it though. Like that's just like such a minor part. Like there's such a good section of like good people, and there's a lot of people, like those people are big. They've been in the game for a while.
I think I remembered.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
The stuff about James English account getting banned.
Oh yeah, actually, did you hear about that? So the last thing was like, so with the Alex Eubank situation, what happened was there was a guy that kind of like, and this is hypothetical, by the way, audience.
Yeah.
But there was a guy that basically was the one that like kind of unveiled the whole situation, was like, yo, they photoshopped their photos. That dude's account on Instagram got banned. So like the next day. And then the other thing was James English. So he has his other account's called James Spanish, where he just kind of like talks about life and conspiracy
theories.
James
Italian and James Portuguese now.
Oh God. But his account, he talked about it. His account got banned too the next day. So then it was kind of like, yo, like what's going on here? Like it's not pointing fingers at anybody, but it was like very odd that it happened that
Very
way.
suspect, yeah.
So
I would just say for you both and for myself and for the viewers, be aware of Instagram hackers. Like they'll send you, like I've been getting a shit ton recently. Like probably had like 5 last night, probably like 20 this past week. Where they're just like, I need help with recovering my account, whatever. I need to send a link to you, and then like they just hack your account. So I don't even know how that shit works, but just be careful, guys.
no, that's actually facts.
Nah, honestly, I don't even open them shits. Like when I get them, they'll be like, "Oh, look, somebody posted a picture of you." I don't even open them shits. I'll be like, "Yeah, it's just spam."
Yeah.
If somebody wants your attention, bro, they'll ask you a real question and like they'll bug you about it and you'll open it, you know? So, but no, to say the least, like there's a lot of people, especially like smaller influencers that actually are on like a really good path, no drama bullshit, and like are trying to promote a positive message. And I'm happy for you, dude. I'm excited to see like, because I know obviously you said you're trying to branch out, especially on the social media side and just like building your networking base to Houston, and you've got those things lined up. No, I'm for real though. If you're down to go in July, bro, we're trying to make like a big trip.
Bro, I'm down, bro. Bro, we could literally make that shit like a real big thing. Like we could all get like a big B&B or like a hotel. I'm down.
Airbnb.
That shit's gonna be life changing too, bro. No cap. Cause think about all the people we're gonna meet out there. Like that shit is really gonna be dope as fuck.
Ooh.
We're calling it Project Houston, but we're trying to do 10 podcasts in 5 days. Bro, we're trying to run them up. We have you heard of LT Visual by any chance?
LT, yeah, I've heard of LT.
So we reached out to him, and he responded back, and he said he'll do it if we're in H-Town. So, yeah. And by the way, he was just on Mogcast, so shout out him. And also, hey, happy belated birthday to you, my man LT. Shout out, 25 years young, baby. But now he was down to come on.
Think about it. He fucks with you guys to the point. Feel me? That's the actual connection.
Yeah.
Like you feel me? Like podcasts. One thing I think about podcasts, like it gives you like a piece of like how people actually think. So it's like you feel me? That could be a really good thing.
And obviously, he's running his own podcast down there. I mean, it's less about like It's not even for the clout, dude. I just think like a lot of people down there have such interesting stories because a lot of those people, they took a risk on themselves. Like they're not natives to Houston. Like they were like, dude, this AlphaLand place is dope and there's a lot to happen here right now. Like I want to see what I can do. And he was one of those stories. He literally had nothing and then he made something out of his life and just like was genuine. Like he just wanted to make connections with people and like learn from the best. And like I feel like, I mean, that's how both of us are. Obviously that's how you are too when you're trying to make connections. And like one, like people fuck with that kind of intention. And two, it can benefit you in your life in like so many different ways too, to be in contact with these people. Like I just like, for me personally, to even talk to LT, I just want to see like what his mindset is on shit and like just like the baby steps that he took to like get to the place that he is now, you know? So like, I think people fuck with that and people recognize real and they see like, hey, even though you may, like you were talking about yourself, you only had like 1,000, 2,000 followers, but like people saw how genuine and real you were and like they fucked with that. So yeah, sorry, that's my rant. I don't have any more, but
Quick pee break.
no, you don't get a pee break. But yeah, no, dude, Houston would actually be a sick trip. Honestly, we're gonna invite like a bunch of people that have been on the InspoCast and see if we can get like a huge fucking Airbnb.
I'm definitely coming. I'm definitely down to do that. Like no cap, for 100%. If you guys are going in July, I'm with it. I'm with it to go 100%.
It's happening.
I'm gonna be young and laid out though. Like no cap. That's all you see me with. I just bought the flock tees too. Like it's over.
Yes, sir. Our boy Jake Butcher's going. He's been on the podcast a few times.
I think Alex Cabrera said you would want to go too.
Alex Cabrera's coming. He's been on the podcast recently. Obviously, if we get you, like, dude, we could squat it up. It would actually be it'd be so much fun too, though. Like, that's what I think about.
Yeah.
So,
We can go
I'm
clubbing,
100%
fuck
down to
it.
do that. Yeah, I got me in. I'm there.
damn. But this is what life's about too. It's about like making these cool memories and like, you know, taking a win because like, hey, worst case scenario, we just have a good time. Best case scenario, we down there for life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me, and that's a beautiful thing, bro. I'm with it 100%.
No, that's facts. Oh, what other questions do you have, by the way?
So I saw there's a TikTok. It was like, I forget like what it said. It was like a paragraph, but it was like about I have to versus I get to. So talk about that and like what's the difference between the two.
Okay, so one thing about people is like they'll be like, oh damn, I have to go to school, or damn, I have to go to college today, or damn, I have to go to the gym, or damn, I have to do this, I have to do that. You gotta walk in with the mindset that like you get to do that because a lot of people in life like it's like some people can't afford to go to school, some people can't afford a gym membership. Like you shouldn't look at things like it's a chore because once you look at things like a chore, shit feels like a chore, even if it's not one. You feel me? So I like to walk in with the mindset. I remember I heard this quote. I don't remember who I heard it from, but it was like, oh, discipline is doing things that you don't want to do, but doing it like you love it. You know what I'm saying? Because that leads you to a way happier life when it's like, damn, like, fuck, I don't want to do that versus I don't want to do it, but it got to be done. I believe in head down, eyes forward because of the fact of it's like, regardless, it has to get done. So you might as well have fun doing it. You feel me? Like, that's the beauty and everything because whatever you put into the atmosphere is exactly how it's going to feel. If you woke up to mindset like, oh, hey, I have to mop. Damn, I got to mop. Now the shit sucks. Or, yeah, I got to mop. Fuck it. Yeah, I got to mop. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like the way you speak on things or the way your emotion comes about certain things, that's how it's gonna feel, if that makes sense. Because you could turn the worst situation into something way more positive, and if you can't change it, don't trip on it. Like, you feel me? There's certain things in this world that you really just can't change. It happened. Take a little sigh, head down, eyes forward, on to the next thing. You can't control it.
Did you ever find yourself being that like I have to person and then having to change your mindset, or were you always like I get that like you always the grateful person?
Nah, all right, so here's a fun fact. I used to work jobs for no more than a week because it was like I was getting to the point where I felt like my time was being wasted. Like, and that's everybody. Like, nobody wants to work a 9 to 5. Let's be real. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to work for somebody. That shit sucks. You feel me? But what sucks more is not having a single dime to your pocket. So I used to be like, damn, I have to go to work. There's a lot of people out here struggling to find jobs even for the most minuscule things. And honestly, I'm blessed to not have to pay for anything. Like, I don't have any bills. I don't have any actual expenses besides chicken and rice and a gym membership. You feel me? So thankfully, I also have a job where it's like I'm not feeling like I'm working because I'm just at the front desk giving people advice, helping them sign up for a gym membership to bring out the best version of themselves. You feel me? And thankfully, I found the passion to actually enjoy fitness and working out and things like that. So I don't really feel like I'm at work. So that's why I have that mindset where it's like, oh, I get to go to work. You feel me? Because people, even on people on TikTok, they're like, damn, like, how did you get a job there? Like, I want a job there. I want a job there. That job seems so cool. And it's like, you got to take what you have for appreciation, even if it's something small, because to somebody else, that's a lot. You feel me? It's like, oh, even if, damn, I'm 180, I want to be 140 or some shit like that. Bro, there's people out here 400 pounds trying to get to at least half of what you are. You feel me? So it's like, you got to appreciate how far you come, how far you're going to be. You have to appreciate everything, the goods and the bads, bro. Shit teaches you lessons or it gives you blessings.
So for those people that are like those have to people, like, what advice do you have for them to put themselves in the mindset of like, I have the opportunity. I'm grateful to be able to do this.
Okay, so if you ever have that feeling of where it's like, I have to, think about if you weren't in that position and it was taken away from you. Like, for example, like, oh, damn, I have finals. Think about what you're majoring in. You get what I'm saying? Think about what you're majoring in and think about how what you're majoring in is going to benefit you, and think about how you feel if that was something you would have wanted to do but couldn't. Think about it if what you're doing right now. Think about if there was no way you could have done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't an option at all. Someone took it from you. That gives you the chance to appreciate things way more, because people only appreciate things when they worked hard for it, one, or two, where they feel like they had to give like an arm and a leg for it. Nobody ever really appreciates the things that came easy. That's why people usually post their physiques a lot after a while, because that's something you really got to put time in there, in the gym and outside. You get what I'm saying? That's like something that's 24/7. That's not something that you could just stop. That's why people support each other when they post their physiques. That's why people support people when they do things like that, because like that shit is hard. Like, nobody's gonna sit here and lie and say weight loss is easy. The shit is not easy. Nobody's gonna sit here and say putting on 10 pounds of muscle is easy. The shit is not easy. You have to eat. Sometimes you even have to force feed yourself. So it's like, honestly, bro, take everything for what it is, and even if it isn't that, bro, try to see the good in it.
That's facts, dude. Like, I think the two things that you're talking about that are really good principles for people is, one, like your perspective, right? Like, you got to flip that perspective. I always think about cameras. Like, for most people, everybody's like zoomed in on like this one little speck of dirt, which is like the fucking one shitty thing that happened that day in their lives, right? But if you would have just zoomed out the camera lens, you would see like literally the beauty, which is like this fucking mountain sunset that's right in front of you, which is your life. And so changing that perspective ultimately changes your attitude. And then, what was the other thing I was going to say? Well, I can't remember. That was good enough. But, yeah, no, like those are really big things though. Like, in terms of changing that perspective, and like you said, like thinking about it as like, if I did not have that opportunity, then like, how would I really feel, you know? And that's how you gain that good sense of like, wow, I really am grateful to do this. But fuck yeah, good word to the wise, baby. What you got? What you got for us?
Right. Do you face any mental like struggles, and how do you face them? Or like, yeah.
Honestly, I do, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like I'm the most person like who's happy all the time. Like, of course, I have the moments where I'm stressed out, because I have a habit of being very indecisive with things. Like, even if it comes with, oh, like I want to do this or I want to do that. Like, sometimes it'll be like, damn, fuck, like, do I really want to do that? I happen to change my mind a lot, and it's not necessarily like the only thing I've ever been consistent with is this, like working out, dieting, fitness, things like that. That's the only thing ever in my entire life that I've been consistent with. Like, I've never changed my mind on it. So it's like, honestly, with mental health and things like that, you really just got to be like, bro, I just got to see the good in everything. Like, okay, shit is bad, or I'm fighting this mental demon in my head. Like, you feel me? But like, you just got to, when you wake up in the morning, like, keep yourself busy. If you feel like you're one of those people who go at war with themselves in their head, try to keep yourself busy and focus on the things that you actually want to accomplish, because then it doesn't really give you that much time to be in your head. If you're focused, say there's 24 hours in a day, but you're not awake for most of that. If for most of the time that you're awake, you're focused. Like there's no real room to just sit down and not do anything. All that whole battling that you have going on in your head, it kind of goes away, or there's really no room for it to ever happen because you're so busy and occupied. Like you're too locked in to really be in like war with yourself. Like honestly.
Yo, you're actually speaking to me because I'm literally like dealing. Actually, both of us, we're like both doing that exact scenario now. It's like the fucking demons sometimes are stronger than the angels on the shoulder, man. And it's like,
hell yeah, bro. It's okay. Like you feel me? If any, like honestly, it's okay to really feel like you're at war with yourself. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay. You're gonna get through it. Like literally, it happens and it goes away. And then when it goes away, you feel way happier with yourself. Like. But it's all about how you handle it. Like, don't be one of those people who you get depressed and now it's like, oh, you don't want to do anything. No, when you're depressed, when you're feeling like your mental health is at stake, that's the most where you focus. I call it that mode because once you get into that mode of like, okay, I know for a fact if I have any time to really just sit here and not be occupied, I'm going to be trapped in my head. Keep yourself busy because there's always something you know you want to do. There's something that you can do. If you feel like you have some free time, okay, who can I get on the podcast? Or you feel like you have some free time, what can I adjust in my diet? Something like meal prep, anything. Like there's always room to do something so that there's no gap to really be like, fuck, I'm in my head too much. You get what I'm saying?
I do because like, dude, thank you. It's like you're literally speaking to me right now. Cause like I actually like, it's funny enough, conversations happen for a reason. And obviously that's good for the audience, but I like to say we're selfish here on the podcast too. And like we learn a lot. Like, bro, for me, that actually speaks a lot of words. Cause like, you're right. I think about when I'm in like my best state. And those are the moments where like, I'm not even worrying about the bullshit because I'm just worried about like, you know, the goals that I have in mind. And I'm just so focused on them that like nothing else matters because it's like, I already told myself like, hey, yo, my nutrition's a priority right now. You know, like whatever it is in your life, you know, this business I'm working on is a priority in my life. And I got to spend time working on those things because those are the things that like energize my battery. Like when you're in those mental.
Those are the things that you can actually control. You can control where your future is, like, but you can't control. There's certain things that people trip on that you really can't control. Like as far as like girls, a girl goes, you can't control that. You can't control somebody else's emotions. You feel me? The only thing you could control is how you choose to perceive it and how you choose to better yourself from it. So literally, if you can't control it, take a deep breath. Can't change it. If you can't change it, there's no point in dwelling on it. If you can change it, dwell on it a little bit. Try to change it. Shit give you too much stress. Focus on something else. Focus on what actually matters. You feel me? I believe in, okay, you can put your time into things that won't better you for a little bit. Like as far as girls, I believe everybody deserves that whole, like, say for example, girls give you a hard time. You give her one opportunity. Yo, like I want to work this out. She's not with it. All right, fuck it. That was it. You tried. You feel me? There's no second tries. There's no third. There's no fourth. Because now you're putting yourself in a position to willingly hurt yourself and damage yourself because you decided to overextend, bro. But because at the end of the day, bro, you know your value. And if you don't, you should. Because at the end of the day, bro, everybody has the mindset or the ability to change the world, bro, like in any way possible. So if they can't see that, bro, you have to see that in yourself because one thing I realized is people are naturally drawn to people who they automatically assume are doing something with themselves, if that makes sense. Like everything in life is a status quo. Someone can have a BMW but be paying $700 car notes, be broke as hell. People will automatically assume they have their life together. Status quo is like working out. People automatically assume you have your life together, bro. You have to appreciate that because it takes a lot to really work out. People really congratulate people for going to the gym consistently, bro. So honestly, you gotta be like, yo, like I'm doing a lot. Even if it doesn't feel like a lot, to the average person, it is a lot. Like you're doing a lot. You're going to the gym every day. That's a different type of commitment. You feel me? You gotta really hold yourself, pat yourself on the back sometimes to be like, yo, like I'm really doing something because that's where it starts. It starts in the gym. It starts with that level of independence. And then after that, it turns into something way more beautiful, way more hard and constructed, and something that really like you can't take this away from me. You feel me? You can't take away somebody's gains. You can't take away somebody's mindset that they get in the gym. You feel me? That's something that's stuck with you forever after.
Dude, I like what you said about it's like almost like the law of attraction in the sense that like, you know, we see like the social stigmas and the standards and like, you know, this guy's got a BMW and like those are the people that you want to be around. It's like I think all of us like have this good moral compass inside of us that tells us like what's good and what's bad. And I think, you know, some of those things are like your personal health, right? Like personally, I find that like super attractive. Like I'm not even saying like physically attractive. I'm just saying like a character quality. Like I find that attractive in you. Like no homo. I'm just saying like that's like a redeeming quality that you have. So it's like those are the kinds of people that you're really after in your life. Like if you want to acquire good people, you need to find people that actually have like those good character qualities, not like the surface level bullshit of like, oh, he has a nice car and a watch and all this other, you know, bullshit, right? So that's just word to the wise for the audience, man. You'll see a lot of people out there that put on this good facade of like who they really are, but you just got to look for the people that actually have the good intentions, have their head down, they're working on themselves in all areas of their life. Like those are the people that you literally want to go after and like acquire in your life.
No, hell yeah. You also want to like attract the people who want the best for you or who want to naturally just be nice to you for things, even if you have nothing to offer. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The person who's going to treat you the best is the person who doesn't need anything from you. You feel me? If someone needs something from you, of course, they're going to put on the facade that they want the best for you so that they can gain something from you. There's people who will literally give you the world and then some, and you won't have anything to offer, or they won't know you have anything to offer. You feel me?
That's
so it's
facts.
like sometimes you really just gotta go for the people who are genuine from the moment they meet you, even if they just know your name. You feel me?
I think things happen for a reason too. And like obviously you want to acquire those people, but like if you're working on yourself just as hard as that other person is, it's almost like law of attraction. Like that shit's just gonna happen, you know? I'm not saying like when I say relationships, I mean like friendships, you know, a boyfriend, girlfriend, like honestly whatever relationship, right? Like it always, I think about like some of the best friends in my life. And like for whatever reason, we just kind of fell into each other at like this perfect moment. But like it would have never happened if like I wasn't on my grind, like trying to work on myself at the same time. So like a lot of people, I think they feel stuck and they're like, oh man, my friends are shitty, blah, blah, whatever. Dude, it starts with yourself first. Like you got to address those areas in your life that you need to work on. And once you start to work on those, like you talked about with the 90-day transformation, bro, the people are going to start flocking. They're going to see that progress. And that's how you're going to get that good like inner circle of people around you to take you to that next level.
Nah, yeah, 100%, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we have any more questions?
I think I got one last.
Oh, we have one more question, and then we might do some wrap-up questions. How do you feel about that?
Pretty
bad.
How has losing weight changed you, and do you still feel the same?
Okay, so the thing about me is, okay, originally I was 240 pounds, right? I'm currently 179, and it changed me because now I'm way more confident, and I know my worth now. Like, there was times where, like, everyone says, like, oh, going to the gym, like, the reason people go to the gym is because they got their heart broken. That kind of plays a role into it with me, but it was, like, more so with the girl. I always felt like I had to be my perfect self. Like, I felt like I couldn't really be myself because I was this little fat kid, and she was fine as fuck, you feel me? But it was, like, honestly, now, it's like, now I feel like my self-worth has increased dramatically because now, like, I'm the one with a lot to offer. Like, I'm more knowledgeable. I'm more mature now. Like, I care about my health. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that's what changed me. Do I still feel the same? No, I honestly feel like I'm a whole different person. Like, I'm really so more in tune with myself and what I like and what I actually want. That's like nobody could take me out of my happy spot. Like, you feel me? I'm not gonna risk my mental health for a female or anything like that because it's like, bro, at the end of the day, like, yeah, you're pretty, but I'm jacked as fuck. Or yeah, you're pretty, but I'm handsome. You feel me? Like, it doesn't fucking matter if you have a fat butt or if you have nice hair or nothing because, nigga, now I have a nice jawline. I have bicep veins. You get what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It's no, yeah, you're cute, but I'm cute too. You feel me? So it's like now you realize your self-worth. So honestly, like, I'm really glad I decided to go on a long cut. You feel me? I can't wait to see where I end up. And yeah, like, losing weight, I feel like everybody needs to go through that point. Like, if you're overweight or you're not comfortable, there's always room to change that. You don't need to get jewelry. You don't need to get a fast car because at the end of the day, I remember I heard something about, like, you're borrowing the credibility that item gives you. You feel me? You need to be able to be like, yo, I have everything to offer. I'm the shit. Even if you have on Gap or even if you have no clothes on, it's like, yo, like, this motherfucker's him. You feel me? Like, you gotta be able to feel like you're your best self no matter what you have on, no matter what haircut you're rocking, anything, bro. Honestly.
Dude, if you got no clothes on, that means you fucking made it, man. You won.
Oh yeah, you butt ass naked and everybody's like, yo, this is that guy right there. Like, I mean,
That's the dude.
You're a prestige master.
Man.
Bro, he's got me so hyped up right now.
I'm actually going to the gym after this. This is like my fucking like pre-workout. You know how people watch like the motivational videos before? Like this is like my fucking motivational video right now. I'm so fucking hyped, dude.
And it's like, you feel me? I realized like one thing is if you go on TikTok, everybody's working out. Cause you feel me? Obviously social media, you're gonna attract what you do, what you like. But to the common person, it's like, you don't, that shit is so weird. Like why are you working out every day? Da, da, da. But it's like, bro, because I don't want to look like I don't work out. You feel me? It's like, I don't want to look like I'm not bettering myself because that's where it starts, bro. Have you ever realized that? I don't know if y'all know who Andrew Tate is.
Oh, yes.
Works out.
Yeah.
Nelk Boys works out. Usually the people who are successful work out because that's where it starts. It starts with you improving yourself because I'm a firm believer of, you see, for example, you guys have the podcast, right? Everything you guys go through, it has to mold you into the person that you're gonna be when all of this shit pays off. You feel me? Them heartbreaks, them finals that stressing you out, that shit you have to go through that to be the person that you're gonna be so then now you can tell somebody else like, oh, like, bro, you're tripping over this right now, bro. I was tripping over that back then. You feel me? Like, it's like now you have a story to tell somebody that's going to inspire somebody, bro. It's like in your way, you're paying it forward without paying it forward just by living the life that you're living. You feel me? You have to go through certain shit so that you can tell the next person that you're going to inspire.
It's the growing pains, dude. That's what I like to say. Everybody has to go through it. Like physiologically, you go through it when you're in your fucking teenage years. But when it comes to success, like you have to go through that shit. You have to go through the worst case scenario to ever see the light of what the best case scenario is going to be. So,
hell yeah, bro. Rock bottoms is going to teach you things mountaintops never will, bro. 100%.
Hell to the yes. So, fuck, dude. Oh my God, the fucking ball! Ah! It's wild. It's wild, dude. I just blew somebody's eardrums out here in a few weeks when this episode comes out. Okay, dude. Thank you for fucking everything. Holy shit! Like you're.
Yeah, bro. I'm happy to. I'm glad you guys told me to pop up on the podcast, bro. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for it.
Man,
we're actually supposed to get him on like 10 or 11 somewhere around.
I think so. Yeah. But hey, things happen for a reason, right? We actually just got better at doing podcasts, so it's good that you came on now than earlier.
That's facts.
Oh yeah, bro. I fuck with the background too. It's dope.
Yo, yeah, we invest in the setup. Yo, and when H-Town comes, when I got this new camera, I'm gonna be shooting all the pretty boy shots of you, so all the ladies gonna be seeing this shit. If you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I can't wait for H-Town, yo. No cap, I'm there. I'm there. 100%.
All right, holding you to it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So now what we're gonna go into our wrap up questions. We ask the same 3 questions every single time we end, but we love to hear from our, person on the podcast today, what the response is, because it's always like so unique. And the first one that I have for you, pretty simple question, but it is on the next episode of the InspoCast, who would you want to hear?
That's a great question. Honestly, damn, that's a great. Okay. I'm really curious. Damn, that's a great question. Bro. I'm curious. All right, so if y'all don't know, I have these gym friends I go to the gym with, right? They're all grinds. Like we all have grinds in our name. I'm curious to see what Vic.Grinds could tell you. Cause I feel like, no cap, I feel like he's a very mature person, and I feel like he could teach you guys a lot, and you guys could teach him a lot. Cause I feel like he goes through the same thing with sometimes not believing in himself, but it's different to hear from somebody who doesn't know you. You feel me? So I feel like you guys can learn from him, and he can learn from you.
Okay, shout out. Hey, actually, we want all of Team Grinds. Team Grinds InspoCast collab. I'm down, dude.
Great.
That'd be sick.
Nah, yeah, 100%, bro.
All right, so we're gonna be hitting him. Oh gosh, there's a picture. Holy shit, he's massive. Oh gosh, damn. Alrighty, all right, Team Grinds, we want you on the podcast. We're gonna be hitting you up. Okay, thank you for the response. My second one is gonna be a little more open ended for you. So, what we want to do as the InspoCast, we want to give you a platform to speak to your audience, like whether that be TikTok, Instagram, social media, who you resonate with the most. I know you talked about like those lost kids out there in fitness, like just one last like words to the wise of like motivation to leave off this podcast with.
Those days where it's hard and it feels like you can't do it are the days that counts the most. 100%.
Damn. And that's the facts. Those days are going to teach you. Those are the rock bottoms, right? And we already talked about how much more you're going to learn from the lows and the highs. And I 100% agree with you. Yo, just dive yourself into the trenches on those days, battle those demons. And when you walk out at the end of the day, you're going to be more proud of yourself than like you ever would have been otherwise. It's going to be so much more rewarding than those good days. So fucking epic last words. Those are all the questions that I have, but the boy Elias, I know he's got one more for you.
Alrighty, make sure if you guys stuck it through, comment down what this man says. So give the viewers who stuck it through something to comment. It can be motivational, it can be funny, whatever you want.
Something for them to comment?
Yeah, like hashtag whatever.
Comment, just grind.
Hashtag grinds.
Oh, hashtag grinds in the comment section down below. Team grinds in the building today, baby. Yes, if you're a real one, which I know you are, motherfuckers, comment that shit down in the comment section because I know you love this episode. There was a lot to learn, and if you're really trying to kick the bitch out of yourself, I know there's gonna be a few tools that you can put in your arsenal now to go make your dreams become a reality. And also, we are going to be leaving all of his social media plugs down below. Anything else that you want us to plug for you?
Honestly, I'm just honestly glad to be on the podcast, bro. Like, this shit I love podcasts. For me, I'm glad to be on this one. For me, who knows? I might be on another episode with you guys 2 months down the line. We're going to be in Houston. So, yeah, for me, I'm here for it all.
Run it up for episode. It'll be like episode 50 by that point, dude. It'll be crazy.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
That's just going to be wild. But... damn, any last words from anybody else here before we tune out for the day?
Bro, like everyone that's watching, just put 100% into everything you do, bro. Whether it be being a doctor, anything you're passionate about, bro, don't wait till tomorrow because tomorrow never comes. Then that's today. So do it today.
I don't have anything else to say. That's the best way to end the podcast. Okay. That is going to conclude episode 22 of the InspoCast. 2-2, baby. We made it in the 20s. Choo-choo. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Let's get it. Oh! Fire! Let me stop this screen recording.